Well, hello there and welcome to yet another rainy day in England. So once again I'm stuck inside, so I thought I'd have a play with the little E010 style of tiny whoop. So I still maintain my house is no good for kind of racing through because it's all sort of thin and narrow and no nice big areas, but I thought I'd have a go at making some little racing gates, and I thought I'd share that with you because there's been other ones in the past, and I remember seeing some stuff from the guys at BM's Web had this nice little 3D printed design and some graphics so they could make themselves a nice little flag and have some of their own logo in there and things. Well, I thought, well, not everybody has a 3D printer. I have a 3D printer, but I couldn't be bothered to necessarily get going with it. What I did have is a bunch of cardboard boxes from some furniture building. So I thought, let's just use that and see what we can do. And I thought I'd share my very basic idea about how to make a simple cardboard gate with you guys. It's so basic that I was going to use hot glue, but I built a test one just using a bit of tape, and I thought, why not use tape? So all I did, cardboard, this is about the width of sort of the edges that fold into the box. So I cut out 5 of these pieces, 4 of them I bent in half like this. And what I then did was stick the bent ones onto the straight ones, put a bit of tape on that. I did the same thing again, creating this little sort of crevice that you could push something into and it would hold there. Ending up with this sort of thing. So with this you can take something and just push it in there and it pretty much hold it in place. Like a leg, for example. So in my bit of furniture there was this corrugated stuff, so on a lot of cases I could just cut a square off, dig a hole in that, and then I have this gate like this. Now, a quick word of caution here. When I was looking at this and eyeballing how small this was, I cut out a gate about this size because look, easy. But when I tried that out I found myself bouncing along the ground an awful lot. So if anything, go more like this size. It looks like you've got absolute oodles of space to get through. But the thing is, although these things fly very steadily up high, as soon as you bring this down low or it's close to something, the ground effect has an awful lot of impact on the handling, especially when you're trying to maneuver around and do things quite quickly and accurately. So I found out that with these very low ones, although it seems like you've got all this space, I was sort of bouncing off the thing and coming all over the place. Even on the big ones, if in doubt, go higher, go wider. So I built a bunch of these things up and laid them around the house, a couple upstairs, a nice little portion along the hallway where I had kind of a straight. And then I'd kind of bring it round in a circle, just see if I could get through them. All kind of varied in the shape. I was just eyeballing it really to try and work out what I could do and what would happen. So as we get going, you'll see me having a bit of a bounce around already and trying to line things up. I say it's not well, my flying's not that great and my house isn't that great for it, but you know, I gave it my best shot and I think we got some reasonable little laps out of it. Although now if you're noticing any anomalies with the cutting, I'll be perfectly honest and say I use lots of different versions of me racing around here to try and give a nice fluid lap where there actually wasn't one. The one thing I'd say about having your lap where half it's upstairs, half it's downstairs, is the amount of times I had to walk up and down stairs when I had a crash and had to go pick myself up, which was annoying. It's going to work better if you've got a largish flat area where you can get up some proper speed and space these out a little more. Well, there it is. There's my little lap, or cheat lap as you might call it, because the footage of the crashes is probably longer than the entirety of this video. There was so many bashes, but it was mainly dragging them on the floor because not quite having the amount of control where I'm hitting that dodgy airload down. So yeah, taller the better. So I might still make these a little bit bigger or do something a little bit different. But hey, give it a go. If you've got some nice space where you can put up a couple of gates, I'm sure you'll have a bit of cardboard left over somewhere. Just cut round it, make up something to hold them, and they work out quite well. No reason, of course, you can't put them out in your garden, as long as it's not too windy and they don't blow over, or you can always dig them into the ground. And if they get wet and soggy, just put them in the recycle bin. Anyway, that's been my Monday of not flying but trying to fly. Hope you have a good one. See you later.